Today I'm going to do a short video on how to replace the skirt on a Splendive 4 mask. So the TUSA Splendive 4 mask is now a discontinued mask, but spares are still available, so you may at some point require a replacement skirt. I'm going to use a TUSA lens removal tool. The first job I'm going to do is to remove the lenses from the mask. And if you look at the mask, you'll see the inner frame, the clear inner frame against the yellow. If you insert the tool between the clear frame and the yellow, you'll see here a clip pop off, and you can work that tool around and simply remove the two clips across the top. And I'm going to come over and do the other side and remove the clips across there and just follow it round, and you'll hear all the clips unpop. So you can see the clips on the inner frame, and we'll just put that to one side. I'm going to put it slightly off camera just so I've got a little bit more room to work in. Once you've done that, you can simply take out the lenses. There you can, obviously if you've got corrective lenses, then keep those to one side, or you can get corrective lenses if you need to do that. If that's the only job you need to do, that's relatively straightforward and simple, very quick. The more tricky task on this particular mask is to actually replace the skirt. So the skirt itself, because of these side windows, is actually comes underneath this side window and all the way around. So we've got to remove this whole clear frame on both sides. The first thing to note is that this frame and this one are independent, so we'll be working on just one side at a time. I'm going to remove this name bar across the top. The trick here is to get it over this corner of the lens either side. So because we've now removed the inner skirt, you will see there's a gap underneath this part here, which we can then put our tool in and just gently lever that across, and as we do that, that will create a gap on this side. Once I've got that gap created on this side, I can come over to the corner, and I've got to lift this corner up and over there. So I'm going to go in, create my gap, put my tool into there, work it along to the edge and lift this corner over the clear. So I'm just putting that into there and literally lifting that over. So then I can come over to the other side, move the tool all the way to the edge and push and lift over this edge here as well. And that can now be removed. Put that to one side as well. So now whichever side you want to start with doesn't really make any difference. And what we're going to do here is we're going to remove the skirt from inside here. So I'm going to, you can see here we've got a clip here. Oh sorry, I've got to take the gaskets out first. So remove the gasket. One. That's just a lens retaining gasket. And I can't quite get that with me glove on. I'm wearing a glove just so that I don't catch my finger or anything with the clips, etc. I don't have to wear the gloves. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull this skirt from underneath this clip. So there's a clip here, there's a clip up in this top corner, there's a clip here, there's a clip here, and there's another clip down on the bottom side of this part. So I tend to work at the top first, so I'm going to put my finger and put a little bit of pressure on the skirt here, and I'm going to insert the tool into the top of this frame and just gently lever the clear frame away from the yellow part whilst pulling on the skirt. And as you can see, when I pushed into there, and because I have pressure on the skirt started to come out, and then I can gently remove the skirt, and then by removing the skirt you create enough gap to put your tool into to remove the inner frame. And the skirt itself goes over to the other one, so for simple use I'm just going to do the same thing again. So I've got my finger onto here, take my tool, insert the tool between the clear and the yellow. So I'm just going to put that in there, push down, pull with my finger at the same time, and then you can see now I can just peel the skirt from underneath the frame. Obviously if you're replacing the skirt because it's damaged, you're not particularly worried about damaging the skirt at this particular point, but you can remove it in that way. Once I've got the skirt removed, life is going to be a little bit easier because I've now got a gap in here and here that I can work on. You can see there I've got a gap on either side, and obviously there's a clip on here which is a tough clip which I can push out, and if I do the same on here, there's a clip I can go all the way around here, and I can get my thing into there and push that top clip out, and then the whole thing becomes much easier to remove. So that top clip is this one here. So the clips I've removed is on the top side of here, pulled the skirt out, got myself a gap in here that I can put my tool in once the skirt's been removed, and I'm just popping that out. Once you take the pressure off here, then that relieves the pressure on the other clips, and you tend to work from the inside of there rather than pressing on the outside of the frame and trying to break the frame or breaking the frame in that way. Once you've done that, you get your replacement skirt. I'm not going to replace the skirt in this case. I'm still using my old skirt, and I can pop the skirt back in. Like so, and same on this side. And make sure the skirt is seated inside the grooves. We're only working on one side at a time, but I tend to put the whole skirt into frame so it's holding nicely into place. Doesn't matter which side you work on. So I'm going to put this one in. This is the tricky one, so I'm going to not clip it into place, but I'm going to offer it up there and at the bottom. So just going to push them down gently, just to offer them up. Okay, I'm not going to push it all the way home yet. Before I push it home, I just want to check the skirt is now seated correctly at the bottom and all the way around, and then if I'm happy with that end, I can then push that end into place. Once I've done that, I then got to check and push the skirt from there into place, come around to this cork clip into place, and that one into place, and I can simply go round and check they've all gone into place. I'm going to then pull the skirt try and pull the skirt out of the retaining frame, and obviously it should stay in place. And if it does, I could just recheck, just push nice and firmly down on each of the clip marks there. Now working on the other side, just gonna double check that the skirt is in the groove okay still. I'm going to have to work on this one, so I'm going to work on this clip, and I'm going to offer the clips up first. I'm not going to clip them into place, I just want to offer the clips up. When we've done that, then before we push this back edge down, just going to check the skirt is still in place and I'm happy with the skirt, and then I'm going to put pressure onto them and hold the clips down one at a time. And on this one here, the skirt it's actually popped out. So I'm going to have to pop that back out again. Have to take that back out. So on this occasion I didn't quite get it home properly, so we're going to do the same trick we did before. I suppose it's a good thing to show you that it's all going wrong as well as all going right. Put the frame back in, put the skirt back in, sure that it's all securely into the groove. Offer this corner up just without pushing all the way home. Make sure we're happy that the skirt is properly in place. Much happier with that one this time. And then we can push down on the corner, then push down on the clips as we go around. There we go, and it's clipped into place nicely, nice and firm, and clip them all in. There we go, and we can just check the skirt. It's gone underneath the frame nice and okay, and then we're very happy with that. So it's a tricky task, you may need a couple of goes at it, but hopefully it will go smoothly. Then we're going to pop this back into place, and we've got the similar to when we took it out. If I offer that up, we've got to get these corners into place, so both sides. So I'm going to push that into there, and with my thumb I've got to press that corner into place, and same on the other side. So I'm going to use my thumb to press that corner into place, and that one's gone in nice and easy. There we go, and you can hear it clip into place, and then we can push down onto there. So that's all sitting nicely. Again, we haven't levered too much. All our leverage points are inside the frame, so we haven't done any external damage. Then we can refit our gaskets. These need to go in the correct way round. So there's an inner gasket for the lens to go into, and then there's a flat side for it to sit against this frame here. So just pop those back into place, make sure they're sitting properly, and put your corrective lens in, or your plain lens if you just replacing the skirt on a standard mask. Pop those into place there, and then we can then refit the lens retaining frame. Just make sure those clips lock into place. Again, give it a good pull. That's it. Make sure everything's nice and firmly clipped into place. Give the skirt another pull just to make sure you've got everything into place. Once you've done that, then you could do a quick test on the mask and a breath test, just to breathe in through the mask, see if it stays into place, and check there's no air leaks around the skirt. Hope you found that interesting. Thanks very much.